Hey you guys, welcome to your bi-weekly love reading. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the weeks of April the 2nd through the 15th, 2019. So I have already shuffled and cut the cards. Let's go ahead and begin here. I want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I ask that you all please continue to do so. Remember, these are general readings, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully they do. If you want to book a personal or private reading, you can email TemajTarot@gmail.com. That information is in the description box below. Also, if you want to reach me by phone, you have to wait until I send out that notification stating that I'm taking calls. If you don't see it out, then that means I'm not currently taking calls. All right, so central issue, heart of the matter, we have the Star, the Magician, the Eight of Wands, we have the God of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Swords, Ten of Swords, and the Emperor. Okay, so with the Star, it's looking as if you are dealing with someone who is being very expressive. I feel like someone is putting messages out on display, or they're putting how they feel on display. But the thing is that I feel like they're communicating, there's communication with you and another person, but it is hidden in plain sight. So it's almost like you guys are sending messages back and forth, but it's coded messages. I also feel like you could be dealing with someone who works in coding, or you are in coding, or any type of dealing with software and technology. Like I really feel like someone is very very much into computers, software engineering, communications, someone who deals with a lot of people, even like aviation. Like I'm getting aviation, so I don't know if someone is a flight attendant or a pilot, but I'm getting something dealing with the skies and air, as far as like career. Now also in regards to flirtation, like I said, I feel like there is expressing of how you guys feel out in the open, but it's through ambiguous messages. So that could be song, it could be poetry, it could just be random messages, and you know, everybody's like clicking like on the message, but it's like little do they know that is specific for someone, but that person, they get it and they see it and they post something back, so they're like communicating in ways that other people don't know. And I also feel that for some of you, there could be someone that is at a distance, and traveling may need to be involved to go see this person. I also feel like maybe you're having a spiritual connection with somebody, or you guys like to have like a lot of spiritual conversations. I feel like the energy flows really well between you and this person. I don't know who it is. I'm also seeing this as that, like I was talking about, you guys sending secret communication. I feel like that can apply to dreams too. Like you guys know how to communicate through dreams at will. It's not just a random dream. It's like, no, if you're dreaming about me, that means I did that. I know how to do that. Or maybe that's what you know how to do. You're like, I can visit you. I know how to come and visit you in my dreams. So I feel like there is some sort of hidden communication going on between two people. I feel like there's something very dreamy about the way you guys communicate and talk. I feel like too, you guys talk about a lot of unusual things, like whoever you're connecting to. If you're in a relationship, this is what it is. Even if you're not in a relationship, like the people you're attracted to, or the person that's coming into your life, you guys are going to be talking about like aliens. You're going to be talking about ancient Egypt. You're going to be talking about time travel. You're going to be talking about all things metaphysical. Like, you guys have very unusual conversations. It's making me think of that silly Jim Carrey meme when he's like sticking his head out the limo, and it's like me when I hear some people talking about crystals and spiritual conversation. You know, that's kind of how it is. It's like, oh, you know, we can go back and forth, and you guys are like bouncing back and forth, talking about like magic. You guys are talking about magic. You're talking about a bunch of things. So I feel like you're very attracted to this person. Now also, I do get someone who is a practitioner of, you know, spirituality. So a goddess, or someone who practices voodoo. And I just kind of feel like someone is sending their spirit guides to like send messages for them, or causing someone to purposely dream about you, or causing this person to think about you all the time. It's like basically just an attraction spell. Especially too if you're trying to cause some sort of reconciliation. If you haven't been on speaking terms with somebody, you might be trying to get them to warm back up to you. It's weird because I get like a lot of love between the two of you, or your love interests, but I also get like energy of pettiness and manipulation. Sometimes you guys are cold and distant with one another, or you say hurtful things, but you try to justify what you said, or it's like some sort of love-hate situation. Now, for some of you, this isn't just all flowers and roses. I am getting some of you linked to someone who's very manipulative, very manipulative. It's either you could be the manipulator or the man, but someone knows how to say things to make the other person feel guilty, to make the other person feel like they're stuck and can't go nowhere without the other person, making somebody think that they're a piece of shit without them. Like, I feel like there's a negative energy going on, making somebody feel like you wouldn't be nothing without them. So it's saying, someone's saying some really hurtful things. Very hurtful. And maybe too, someone is throwing someone not under the bus, but throwing something back in somebody's face, especially if it's something in regards to income, or like if it's somebody that knows that your partner doesn't make as much, and you're just kind of like dangling that, like, you know, you need me for my money, and what do you know, you can't even do this and that. If it wasn't for me, you know, remember, like you told, just like your mama said, you just like what your mom said or what your dad said. You know, I just kind of feel like someone is saying nasty things to try, because they don't really know how to love. Someone needs to learn how to love unconditionally, like the star. Because I feel like someone has taken some sort of abuse, and this is how they feel like they're showing their love, but that's not love. And somebody can only take so much. Like, at some point, somebody is like, I don't have to take this. Like, that was the last straw. Like, that's too much. I can't deal with this. So if you're dealing with that negative energy, you might feel like, I quit, and take your power back. And this is you reclaiming your power. Now, I also feel like this could be someone that is at a distance, that is just waiting for this relationship to fall apart because they know they can treat you right. So there may be someone waiting for something to happen. They're like, I could take care of you, or I could be the man or woman that you deserve. And someone's just waiting. You may need to heal before you go jumping off in a relationship, if you're getting out of some sort of... I'm getting like someone who is, I'm sorry that I jumped, but I wanted to say the name before it leaves. It's Native American, but it's like Sacagawea. I don't know. I'm getting like that name. I don't know if that is to confirm anyone's heritage to them or like a name. But that name kind of came to me looking at her hair and just like her reddish skin tone. Also, you could be dealing with, did I name the signs? Aries, maybe Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. I also feel like maybe someone is emotionally underdeveloped because of almost like a form of mental abuse from the parent. And I don't want to say they don't know any better, but it's like it's time to do something about it. And I'm not saying that you need to stay with someone like that either. I feel like someone's moving away. They're crying. Yeah, it's like they can only handle so much. Their spirit is like, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to let this go. And it's like, although it hurts, you have to move on. You have to let this go. So someone is maybe grieving over a relationship that wasn't working anymore. Or maybe too, sometimes you just think about someone that you had that did already cross over. And sometimes you just think about that person and sometimes you're upset with them because you feel like they left you. And it's like, why did you leave me? You feel like they just gave up on you, but it was just, you know, it's their time to go. Yeah, I feel like some of you could be upset sometimes from a person who did cross over. Now also here I'm getting that there will be healing. Like we go from this negative energy, all this nasty talking, to, you know, taking a break from that type of energy and healing and resting up. So you might go into hiding or isolation. If you're dealing with someone who's negative, it's like, you know what, I need my space from that type of energy. I don't work with that type of energy. So you're going up into hiding and going to heal and meditate here. And two, I'm looking at the crystals on here. It's making me think that someone is, you know, they have their crystals. Maybe they're holding their crystals, and especially if it's amethyst. I think that's what it's called, amethyst. I just kind of feel like someone is doing something with their crystals. I almost feel like someone is stuffing the crystals into something, though. I don't know what that would be, but I kind of feel like someone is placing crystals, all like piling them all into this little holder thing. I also see someone burning incense as they're sleeping. I feel too like someone needs to take a rest or a mental break. Someone needs a mental vacation, definitely. And that you might even be quitting your job, you know, if you feel that you've been mentally abused at your place of work or verbally abused. I am getting verbal abuse, you know. If that's you, you know, you need to cut it out. If you're with someone that's doing that, you need to let that person go. At least put your foot down and let them know they can't talk to you that way. I also am getting something about someone's kids, someone crying because their kids are leaving or getting married or moving out. But whatever the case, I feel like these are two young energies and they're going off to be on their own. You know, it's time for them to learn how to become an adult. And this is them traveling. Maybe they're going on a trip. Maybe they're not moving out. Maybe they're going cross country by themselves or on some sort of trip by themselves. And you're just like the mother and just kind of like, oh, my babies, you know, they're growing up. And you're kind of grieving over the fact that your children are growing up. And but I mean, and you get some me time. I feel like you need to heal, though, in regards to love. Like, it's like I'm getting two messages. I'm getting that there's someone out there for you, whether you've only communicated with this person through dreams or telepathy or not. or if you've actually had a conversation with this person, but you're just not together with them, although you had like that brief moment, that brief encounter that was very spiritual and enlightening. Like, I feel like there's someone out there for you, but I also feel like there's a group of you that's having to undergo some sort of painful, you know, transformation or relationship here. You're undergoing changes, and this person knows about everything. They've been watching you. They've been waiting for you. Even if it's like, again, if you haven't met this person, this is like your spirit, like their energy, their higher self has been watching from above, and they're just like, that's my wife, and or that's my husband, whoever. It's just like they've been watching, and they're just patiently waiting for the universe to align you guys to be together. They're waiting, and you are being drawn to this person. Your spirit will lead you to this person, but you have to let the past go. You have to stop dwelling on the past, because part of you hold your own self back. Like, it's nobody but you holding yourself back, thinking that your hands are tied. No, your hands aren't tied. You know, you can walk away and leave that person. You don't have to stay. So this is you finally letting go and moving forward, headed for that horizon. Like, you're headed for optimism. This is good news on the way. This is a new beginning, I feel like. You know, and it hurts, you know, to say goodbye to your past, to things that you've been holding on to that you didn't recognize you were holding on to, but you'll be okay. All right, so I hope that helps. Please feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and many blessings to you.